friends on the topic Introspect, Innovate and Integrate. We will be starting the inauguration very soon. I would like to request all the guides, volunteers and Sevadharis to give space to our guests. Because those who have come for the first time, we would like those guests to take the benefit. So kindly give space to the guests. And यहाँ पर जितने भी बच्चे हैं आपके लिए एक अलग एक्टिविटी रखा जाएगा, तो उसके लिए हम रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि गेस्ट के लिए कृपया जगह दें. So we will be starting the inauguration session now. First of all, we will sit in silence and remember God, the Supreme Authority, and invite Him to this conference. Because whatever the experience we want to take, ultimately we will be taking that experience from the Supreme Being. We will sit in silence for a minute and then we will start the inauguration. हम दोबारा रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं जो भी वॉलंटियर्स गाइड्स बैठे हैं पीछे बालकनी में जगह है, आप कृपया गेस्ट को जगह देंगे. To start the inauguration with, I would like to invite all the dignitaries to the stage. Sister B.K. Vidhatri, Facilitator Brahma Kumaris ORC. Brother B.K. Ishwant, Headquarter Coordinator IT Wing Mount Abu. B.K. Atam Prakash Bhaiji, Chief Guest for this evening, also the Headquarter Coordinator Youth Wing. Brother B.K. Manjunath, Head Wellbeing Business and Products TCS. Sister Chetana Mohan, President Ekeminio Technologies Private Limited. B.K. Aruna Ladva, National Coordinator Kuwait. Brother B.K. Bharati, Director of Engineering, Blueberry Semiconductors, Bangalore. I would like to request all the guests, please take your seats on the stage and send the fragrance of spirituality, God's love to all our IT friends. We have Sister Aruna with us, who has come all the way from Kuwait. She is the National Coordinator of Brahma Kumaris in Kuwait. Atam Prakash Bhaiji, Chief Guest for this evening. So thanks all the guests who have taken their valuable time to be with us, to share valuable inputs with us, so that when we go back from here, we will be a different person, a spiritual person, a divine person. To welcome you all, we have Kumari Cecilia, who has come from Ambernath, Mumbai, Maharashtra. She will perform a welcome dance and welcome you all.
बड़े कदम जो यहाँ आपके, धन्य हुए हम सारे, महक उठे हैं झूम झूम कर कहते ये नजारे।
बड़े कदम जो यहाँ आपके, धन्य हुए हम सारे, महक उठे हैं झूम झूम कर कहते ये नजारे, कहते ये नजारे।
आपका स्वागत है, आपका स्वागत है, आपका स्वागत है, आपका स्वागत है।
Thank you, Kumari Cecilia, for the wonderful dance. Now it's the time to welcome all the dignitaries on the stage. I would like to request Tanuja Didi and her team to welcome all the dignitaries on the stage with badge, bouquet, and a blessing card. I hope you also might have received that blessing card, isn't it? Sabko mila hai na? You know, there is a blessing written on that. Read it properly. That blessing card definitely has a connection with yourself. So that blessing card specially came to you only to teach something. So read it again and again. This is what the feeling we get when we come to God's home, so our home. I hope you all must be having the same feeling that we are all sitting in our own home, isn't it? Are you feeling any difference? So welcome to your own home, also God's home. You're all not the guests. ये आपका ही अपना घर है. लग रहा है ऐसे? Thank you. Thank you, Varsha Didi, Tanuja Didi, and her team who have organized such a beautiful welcome to all of us. Did you all enjoy that Tilak session outside? Isn't it? So, Ambernath team, Sister Tanuja and her team have prepared such a welcome to all of us. Now, I would like to request Sister Brahmakumari Vidatri to give a brief introduction about Brahmakumari's organization. Sister Vidatri has come from Gurgaon. We have a very big retreat center in Gurgaon, Om Shanti Retreat Center. You might have heard about it. You might have visited the retreat center also. And Sister Vidatri is an electronics and communication engineer with 95% and a medalist. So such a great personality we have with us. She was working for IBM. She worked for IBM for a few years. Then she surrendered completely herself for the godly service, and she is giving her services at the Om Shanti Retreat Center as a faculty, as a trainer, as a Raj Yoga teacher. So we have Sister Vidatri with us, and I request her to give a brief introduction about Brahma Kumaris.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sister Savita, and a very warm welcome to all the delegates who've come from all parts of the country. And we have some delegates we have our Didi coming from UK, from Oxford. So warm welcome to all of you. And Prajapita Brahma Kumari's Ishwarya Vishwavidyalaya, as it is commonly known as Brahma Kumaris. This is an institution. This is an organization as well as a beautiful divine family. And welcome to this family. So we will be here for a few days together as a family, a home away from home. So let us briefly know about this organization. So Prajapita Brahma Kumaris, I would like to speak it in Hindi and English both so that it is beautiful to know a few things in Hindi. So ये संस्था है जो कि पिछले 8 दशकों से अधिक यानी कि 1936 में इसकी स्थापना हुई और 1936 से ये संस्था सेल्फ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन फॉर वर्ल्ड ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के लिए कार्यरत है। इसकी शुरुआत एक बहुत ही छोटे से रूप से लगभग 300 लोगों के ग्रुप से हुई जो स्पिरिचुअली अपने अंदर परिवर्तन लाने के लिए सचेत थे और उस समय इस संस्था को ओम मंडली के नाम से जाना जाता था। एंड द रीज़न वाई इट इज़ कॉल्ड ब्रह्मा कुमारीज इज़ बिकॉज the reason why it is called ब्रह्मा कुमारीज is because जब इसकी स्थापना हुई तो उस समय पे इसमें ज़्यादातर महिलाएं, कन्याएं, माताएं जुड़ी जिन्होंने अपने अंदर परिवर्तन ला करके समाज को एक नया संदेश दिया। और वर्तमान समय आप सब जहाँ पे आज पधारे हैं, दिस इज़ द इंटरनेशनल हेडक्वार्टर्स ऑफ दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। सो आप जिस जगह पे पहुँचे हैं यहाँ से ये संस्था लगभग 137 देशों में अपना कार्य कर रही है थ्रू थाउजेंड्स ऑफ मेडिटेशन सेंटर्स। It means people of all nationalities, all caste, all color, all grade, all creed, all religions, all faith, all professions, all strata of society, all age groups, they are equally transforming themselves by understanding who they are, by understanding whom are we all connected to, understanding the Almighty and taking powers from Him. तो ये संस्था स्वयं परमात्मा निराकार जिनको हम सभी परमपिता परमात्मा कहते हैं उनके द्वारा एक मानवीय तन का आधार लेकर के इस सृष्टि परिवर्तन के लिए इसकी स्थापना हुई है। और 1936 में जैसे आपको बताया इट वाज अ मूवमेंट दैट वाज मेनली दैट हैज़ यंग गर्ल्स, इसीलिए इसको ब्रह्मा कुमारीज के नाम से कहा गया। यू कैन सी व्हाट एज ग्रुप द सिस्टर्स द गर्ल्स जॉइंड। और जो इसके फाउंडिंग फादर रहे, जो मीडियम बने परमात्मा के इस मैसेज को जन जन तक पहुंचाने के लिए, ही वॉज एक्चुअली अ डायमंड मर्चेंट हुज नेम वॉज दादा लेखराज कृपलानी एंड फॉन्डली आफ्टर हिज स्पिरिचुअल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ही वॉज नोन एज प्रजापिता ब्रह्मा। Brahma means the energy of creation. So because we are all heading towards self-transformation, creating a new you, so उसकी शुरुआत इनसे हुई और हम सब इसमें शामिल हुए, इसलिए we are called Brahma Kumars and Brahma Kumaris, the sons and daughters of the Brahma who carry forward the same energy of creation. So being a diamond merchant, he received some spiritual and divine experiences जिसके आधार पे इनका जीवन भी परिवर्तन हुआ और फिर ये जीवन परिवर्तन का सिलसिला वहाँ से शुरू होते होते 1950 में माउंट आबू आया और उसके बाद यहाँ से पूरे देश और अलग अलग स्थानों पर ये चला। सो एज वी ऑलरेडी मैंशनड इट इज़ ब्रह्मा कुमारीज बिकॉज जो भी यहाँ की एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, जो भी लीडरशिप है वो महिलाओं द्वारा होती है। सो सम ऑफ यू माइट कन्फ्यूज दैट ब्रह्मा कुमारीज मीन कि ये कोई महिलाओं की संस्था होगी। आप में से किसी को ऐसा लगा कि ये महिलाओं की संस्था थी? नहीं, एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम नो, दैट्स वेरी गुड। तो ये महिलाओं की संस्था नहीं है, लेकिन ये महिलाओं द्वारा संचालित विश्व की एकमात्र इतने बड़े स्तर की आध्यात्मिक संस्था है। और इसकी जो फर्स्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव चीफ रही उनको हम कहते हैं मातेश्वरी जगदम्बा, मदर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, पूरे जगत की माता, क्योंकि वो एनर्जी सृजन करने की, सबके अंदर उसका बीज बोना, ये कार्य आपने किया। And after relocating to Mount Abu in 1950, we have several campuses और आप सबको इन कैंपस के दर्शन भी कराए जाएंगे, वहाँ का अवलोकन भी कराया जाएगा as a part of sightseeing। तो we have this campus which is known as मनमोहिनी वन, इसी के साथ में शांति वन, आनंद सरोवर इस प्रकार के और भी यहाँ पे कैंपस हैं. वी हैव पांडव भवन विच इज़ द एक्चुअल हेडक्वार्टर्स जहाँ से माउंट आबू में ये सारी शुरुआत हुई. एंड वी हैव यूनिवर्सल पीस हॉल, वी हैव ज्ञान सरोवर, ग्लोबल हॉस्पिटल एंड रिसर्च सेंटर, वी हैव अ ट्रॉमा सेंटर, वी ऑल्सो हैव एन अडॉप्टेड पार्क नोन एज पीस पार्क. ये सारे ही कैंपस ब्रह्मा कुमारीज के हैं. और 1954-55 में जापान में हुई वर्ल्ड रिलीजियस कॉन्फ्रेंस में यहाँ से दादी प्रकाश मणि जी जो फॉर्मर चीफ ऑफ ब्रह्मा कुमारीज थे, एंड दादी रतन मोहिनी जी जो वर्तमान समय चीफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव हेड हैं ब्रह्मा कुमारीज के, एंड दादा आनंद किशोर, आप सभी का इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाना हुआ. और उस कॉन्फ्रेंस से इस देश के बाहर भी आध्यात्मिकता का मैसेज पहुंचा और वहाँ से शुरुआत हुई. एंड इसके अलावा फिर बहुत सारी सर्विसेज अराउंड द वर्ल्ड तब से शुरू होकर के हुई और अभी भी हो रही है. सो एज अ पार्ट ऑफ दीज सर्विसेज एज यू कैन सी, यहाँ से माउंट आबू से संचालित देश के पूरे विश्व के 137 देशों में हज़ारों सेंटर्स और कई रिट्रीट सेंटर्स बनाए गए हैं. We are also associated with the United Nations. So Brahma Kumaris is an international NGO of United Nations, and it is accredited to the general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of United Nations as well as UNICEF. इसके साथ साथ हमने अपने प्रयासों के द्वारा यूनाइटेड नेशंस से 7 पीस मैसेंजर अवार्ड्स भी प्राप्त किए हैं समय प्रति समय. इसके अलावा it is also having an associate status with the Department of Public Information DPI, which is of United Nations, as well as a consultative status with United Nations Children's Fund, that is UNICEF, and an observer status to the United Nations Environment Assembly of UNEP. It is also an observer organization to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, and every year we participate in the COP जो कि होते रहते हैं for people who concerned with the climate change. And we also have a flagship member, we're also a flagship member of the Education for Rural People and the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO. And the basic offering of Brahma Kumaris is Rajयोग meditation, जिसके आपको यहाँ पे sessions भी कराए जाएंगे. And we are carrying out these services to different professions, and we are propagating the message and the benefits of Rajयोग meditation through our Rajयोग Education and Research Foundation. इसके अंतर्गत हमने 20 विंग्स बनाए हैं, जिसमें से इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी विंग IT विंग एक हिस्सा है, जिसके कार्यक्रम में आज आप सभी आए हैं. ऐसे ही ग्राउंड फ्लोर पे मेडिकल विंग की कॉन्फ्रेंस भी चल रही है, शांतिवन में रिलीजियस विंग का प्रोग्राम चल रहा है. इस प्रकार से हर वर्ग के लिए अलग अलग शाखाएँ, अलग अलग विंग्स का निर्माण हुआ है. अधिक जानकारी आप हमारी वेबसाइट्स पर भी प्राप्त कर सकते हैं. सो वेलकम टू दिस डिवाइन फैमिली एंड ओम शांति.
Thank you, Sister Vidatri. I hope you all might received an idea about how big the organization is. You name any major country in the world, we have center. You name any state, capital city in India, we have centers. So you're all very, very fortunate because you have all come to Mount Abu, which is like the spiritual capital of the world. If one really wants to bring the transformation, this is the time. I really hope you will make the best out of this time, what you have got. Now I would like to request Brother Yashwant Bhaiji to brief about the services of IT Wing. IT Wing is one of the wings of the 20 wings of Rajyoga Education and Research Foundation. Yashwant Bhaiji is the headquarter coordinator of the IT Wing, and he has been giving his services since more than 35 years as a surrendered brother. He also heads the IT department of Brahma Kumaris. He got an opportunity to travel in different parts of India and also the world to share the divine wisdom, to share his experiences. A very hardworking, he has very much commitment towards what he does. So आज हम यहाँ सब बैठे हैं तो उसके पीछे इंस्ट्रूमेंट हमारे यशवंत भाई जी है. So we all should thank him, and also I request Bhaiji to give brief introduction about the services of information technology wing, Brother BK Yashwant.
ओम शांति। थोड़ा जोर से बोलेंगे, ओम शांति। पूरा माउंट आबू तक आवाज आएगी, ओम शांति। आदरणीय अरुणा दीदी जी, हम मंच पे बैठे हैं, चेतना जी, मंजुनाथ जी, हमारे भारती भाई, विधात्री बहन, सविता बहन, और आप जो आईटी प्रोफेशनल्स हैं, जो आईटी बैकबोन है पूरा दुनिया का भी, तो आप अपने खुद के लिए भी ताली बजाओ। क्योंकि आपकी वजह से अभी दुनिया कोरोना की चपेट से भी आप आईटी प्रोफेशनल की वजह से दुनिया को आप चलाया, तो ये एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आप लोगों के ऊपर है। लेकिन आईटी को आप कैसे यूज़ करेंगे, उसके लिए आप 3 दिन यहाँ पे सारा लेक्चर्स और स्पिरिचुअलिटी मिलेगी। क्योंकि आईटी एक अच्छा टूल है, लेकिन एक उसका मिसयूज़ भी हो जाता है। साइबर सिक्योरिटी है, फिर एडिक्शन है, तो वो सारी चीज़ें आपको ये 3 दिन में मिलेगी। आप सारे क्लास आप अटेंड करना, आपको बहुत फ़ायदा होगा अपनी लाइफ के लिए। तो ब्रह्मा कुमारी संस्था तो अभी आप सब वेल नोन है कि मुझे लगा कभी न कभी आप अपने लाइफ में ब्रह्मा कुमारी वर्ड यूज़ किया होगा या सुना होगा न्यूज़ में या कहीं पे भी। तो ब्रह्मा कुमारी के ये एक राजयोगा एजुकेशन एंड रिसर्च फाउंडेशन एक बहुत बड़ी सिस्टर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। तो ये राजयोगा एजुकेशन जो है, हम लोगों ने एजुकेशन फील्ड के लिए हमने इसको रजिस्टर्ड किया था। तो इसके अंदर में जैसे विधात्री बहन ने बताया कि सारे विंग्स हैं, तो उस विंग में एक आईटी विंग है। तो आईटी माना आप सब जानते हैं इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, लेकिन हम लोगों ने उसको और 2 भाषा में उसको कन्वर्ट किया है, इनर टेक्नोलॉजी एंड इंटरनल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस। तो ये स्पिरिचुअल वर्ड है आईटी का। तो ये आईटी विंग के हम अलग अलग प्रोग्राम्स करते हैं। जैसे हमारा एम है कि आप लोगों को एम्पावर करना स्पिरिचुअलिटी में, ताकि आप इसको अच्छी तरह से यूज़ करें और पब्लिक और जनहित के लिए इसको यूज़ करें। तो आईटी विंग्स के जो रेजिडेंशियल रिट्रीट्स होते हैं, इसमें हम लोग जैसे अलग अलग सिटियों में जहाँ आईटी के हब्स हैं, वहाँ पे हम लोग उसको रिट्रीट्स करते हैं। फिर नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस, जैसे आप इस प्रोग्राम में आए हैं, तो नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस हम लोग कभी दिल्ली में करते हैं। हमारा दिल्ली में जैसे विधात्री बहन जहाँ से आई, ORC है, ओम शांति रिट्रीट सेंटर, वहाँ पे भी नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस करते हैं। बाकी लीडरशिप ट्रेनिंग है, वो भी हम लोग माउंट आबू में ज्ञान सरोवर में करते हैं। तो जो लीडर्स होते हैं CXOs, तो उनके लिए हम लोग वो एक रिट्रीट हर साल करते हैं। फिर हम लोग स्पिरिचुअलिटी इन आईटी, स्पिरिचुअलिटी इन आईटी जो बताया कि आईटी में हम लोग कैसे इसको स्पिरिचुअल माना एक सिद्धांत को लेके हम चलें। स्पिरिचुअलिटी माना कोई धार्मिक नहीं कि आपको धर्म कन्वर्ट करना है या धर्म में कहीं नॉलेज लेना है, ऐसा नहीं है। तो हमको सिद्धांतों पे जो मूल्य है, जीवन मूल्य, उसके ऊपर हम लोग स्पिरिचुअलिटी इन आईटी बताते हैं। डिजिटल इंडिया कैंपेन में हम लोगों ने DSC है, इसमें जो बच्चे आजकल एडिक्टेड हो जाते हैं मोबाइल में, आजकल पेरेंट्स भी अपने बच्चों को रोता है तो उसको मोबाइल हाथ में पकड़ा देते हैं कि उसका रोना बंद हो जाए। तो वो बचपन से उसको अपन संस्कार देते हैं कि आप मोबाइल में खेलते रहो, तो उसको सोशल लाइफ ख़त्म हो जाती है। तो हम लोग उसमें हम लोग काम करते हैं, डिजिटल अवेयरनेस कैंपेन। फिर कॉन्फ्रेंसेस करते हैं, इसमें हम लोग जूम में या अलग अलग जैसे लाइव, आप सब जानते हैं लाइव यूट्यूब, फेसबुक, हम उनमें हम काफ़ी 500 प्रोग्राम्स किए हैं। लगभग 170 अलग अलग कंपनियों में हम लोगों ने इसमें प्रोग्राम्स किए हैं ऑनलाइन। फिर हम लोग वर्चुअल टेबल टॉक करते हैं, जो हमारे वेबसाइट में, फेसबुक में, यूट्यूब में हम लोग उसको एक इंटरव्यू लेके हम लोग उसको अपनी वेबसाइट में रखते हैं। तो आप लोग वेबसाइट से भी वो टेबल टॉक, उसमें हम लोग आपके जैसे जो लोग हैं उनका इंटरव्यू लेके कि उनको लाइफ में क्या फ़ायदा हुआ स्पिरिचुअलिटी से, तो वो टेबल टॉक में हम लोग उसको रखते हैं। तो ये कंपनीज़ की लिस्ट है जहाँ जहाँ हम लोगों ने काम किया है। तो आप ये पीपीटी हम लोग वेबसाइट में भी रख देंगे, तो आप उसको डिटेल में आप पढ़ सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट, तो ये हमने सैम्पल्स अलग अलग हम बैनर्स जो बनाते हैं प्रोग्राम्स के, वो सैम्पल्स हम लोगों ने यहाँ रखे हुए। तो ये प्रोग्राम्स आप अपने कंपनियों में भी कर सकते हैं। शायद कुछ कंपनी के लोग हैं वहाँ, हमारे ब्रह्म कुमारीज के या आईटी विंग के प्रोग्राम भी हुए होंगे ऑनलाइन, या फिज़िकल प्रोग्राम भी हम लोग करते हैं। तो ऐसे अलग अलग प्रोग्राम्स करके हम लोग ये आईटी को इनर टेक्नोलॉजी में हम लोग कन्वर्ट करते हैं। और ये जो पीपीटी का एक ये है पेज, जो हम लोगों ने आईटी को ब्रह्म कुमारीज में कैसे हमने यूज़ किया। जो हमारे जो स्किल्स टीम है, उस स्किल टीम को हम लोग देते हैं कि आप अपने टेक्नोलॉजी को स्पिरिचुअल, हमारे जो जितने भी डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, वर्क हैं, तो उसमें हम लोग उसको यूज़ करते हैं। जैसे अकाउंट सॉफ्टवेयर है, कनेक्ट वन हमने बनाया, तो हमारी टीम ने जो बनाया, जो टैली के इक्विवेलेंट या जो सैप है उसके इक्विवेलेंट हम लोगों ने उसको बनाया। तो हमारे जितने 5000 सेंटर्स है उसको वो सारे कनेक्ट किए हुए हैं अकाउंट में। फिर एकोमोडेशन आप लोगों को जो आप आए तो आपका एकोमोडेशन स्लिप मिला, वो सॉफ्टवेयर भी हमारी टीम ने बनाया। ऐसे अलग अलग सॉफ्टवेयर्स हम लोग डिपार्टमेंट वाइज भी बनाते हैं, तो हमारी टीम ये भी वर्क करती है। और ये डिजिटाइजेशन भी हम लोग कर रहे हैं। जैसे एमएच रेडियो है, कुछ लोग जानते होंगे हैम रेडियो, तो हम लोग उसमें डिजिटल मोड में भी अभी जा रहा है कि मोबाइल और इंटरनेट कभी भी फेल हो सकता है, क्योंकि कभी जो वायलेंस होता है या डिज़ास्टर होता है या वॉर होते हैं, तो उसमें मोबाइल और इंटरनेट बंद हो जाते हैं। तो हम लोग डिजिटल मोड में एमएच रेडियो को भी हम प्रमोट करते हैं। तो ये एक सैम्पल हमने जैसे प्रोग्राम करते उसके हम लोगों ने ये फ़ोटोज़ रखे थे। तो आप सबका स्वागत है, और आप अच्छी तरह से अनुभवी होके जाएंगे 3 दिन में, और अपने कलीग्स को भी बताएंगे। थैंक यू। ओम शांति।
Thank you, Brother Yashwant, for giving brief introduction about IT Wing services. Since 2014, we have been organizing conferences for IT professionals. Until today, it's been like thousands and thousands of IT professionals have received benefit from our programs. I really hope you also will definitely transform something within you which is bothering through this retreat. Isn't it? Is that okay? When you go back, there should be some transformation within. Now, I would like to request Brother Atam Prakash Bhaiji to give the chief guest address. He is the headquarter coordinator of our youth wing. As we have mentioned, we have 20 service wings, and one of the wings is youth wing. Brother Atam Prakash ji is the headquarter coordinator for the youth wing. And आप गेस कर सकते हैं भाई जी ने कितने कंट्रीज में ट्रैवल किया होगा? एनी गेस? एनी गेस फ्रॉम द ऑडियंस? 90 कंट्रीज उन्होंने अभी तक गॉडली सर्विस के लिए 90 कंट्रीज इन ऑल द 5 कॉन्टिनेंट्स ट्रैवल किया है, परमात्मा का संदेश पहुंचाने के लिए, लोगों को शांति की अनुभूति कराने के लिए। आप लास्ट 45 ईयर्स से समर्पित है और 50 ईयर्स से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के कनेक्शन में हैं। एंड उनकी एक विशेष रोल ये भी है, हम सबको प्रसाद बहुत पसंद है ना, तो उस डिपार्टमेंट के आप निमित्त इंचार्ज भी है। सो लाइक दिस वी हैव अ वेरी स्पेशल पर्सनालिटी, ब्रदर B.K. Atam Prakash Bhai ji with us. I would like to request Bhai ji to present his chief guest address. Brother Atam Prakash ji.
आदरणीय मंच और सभा में उपस्थित मेरे प्यारे भाइयों और बहनों, आज हम सभी बहुत सुंदर विषय को लेकर यह आईटी कॉन्फ्रेंस की शुरुआत करने जा रहे हैं। आज की दुनिया में जानकारी या डेटा किसी भी क्षेत्र में सफलता पाने के लिए महत्वपूर्ण तत्व है। चाहे वो मीडिया क्षेत्र हो, संचार क्षेत्र हो, या विज्ञान क्षेत्र हो, या व्यवसाय, किसी भी प्रकार का क्षेत्र हो, सूचना सामग्री सदैव प्रभावशाली रही है और सूचना सामग्री से इस दुनिया में क्रांति तथा परिवर्तन समय प्रति समय लाया गया है। तो यह सूचना सामग्री एक शक्ति है। इस शक्ति को प्रभावशाली बनाने के लिए इसमें गुणवत्ता को स्थापित किया जाए तो यह सकारात्मक परिवर्तन ला सकती है। जो भी महत्वपूर्ण जानकारी पर कार्य कर रहे हैं, उन्होंने यह मूल मानवीय गुण उजागर होना बहुत जरूरी है। तो शांतिमय और खुशहाल जीवन हम अनुभव कर सकते हैं। इसलिए ये सभी के लिए आवश्यक है कि स्वयं को पहचाने कि मैं कौन हूं और कौन से गुण मुझ में सम्मिलित हैं, समाहित हैं। अगर हम सेल्फ एनालिसिस करते हैं तो हम सभी के अंदर शांति, प्रेम, पवित्रता के जैसे मानवीय गुण प्राकृतिक स्वभाव के रूप में हैं। इसका अर्थ जब हम स्वयं को जागृत करते हैं, आत्मा को जागृत करते हैं और मानवीय मूल्यों को अपनाकर जानकारी का सृजन करते हैं, तब जो तकनीक निर्माण की जाती है वो मानवता को अधिक ऊंचाई की ओर ले जा सकती है। इसलिए जो भी आईटी के क्षेत्र में, महत्वपूर्ण क्षेत्र में कार्यरत हैं, उनसे मेरा यह अनुरोध है कि अपने मन को आंतरिक परिवर्तन करने के लिए केंद्रित करें ताकि वह स्व परिवर्तन से ऑटोमेटिक विश्व परिवर्तन में योगदान दे सकते हैं। अभी ये बहुत ही खुशी की बात है, आपने ब्रह्मा कुमारी विद्यालय का परिचय हमारी विदात्री बहन जी से सुना। इस विद्यालय में हर रोज ज्ञान और योग का अभ्यास कराया जाता है। स्वयं परमात्मा के महावाक्य सुनते हैं और योगाभ्यास भी हम अपने जीवन में करते हैं। दुनिया में लोग कहीं सोचते हैं कि कैसे दिव्य गुणों को, मानवीय मूल्यों को अपने जीवन में धारण करें। दुनिया में एक से एक बढ़कर वक्ताएं हमारे पास हैं जो मानवीय मूल्यों पर बहुत अच्छा भाषण दे सकते हैं, लेकिन ऐसे श्रेष्ठ मानवीय मूल्यों को धारण करने के लिए आवश्यकता है आध्यात्मिक शक्ति की। मैं 2006 में जर्मनी गया था और वहाँ बहुत बड़े जो 60 साइंटिस्ट, फेमस साइंटिस्ट से मिल रहा था। उन्होंने मुझे टॉपिक दिया था हाउ टू डेवलप द आर्ट ऑफ पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग। मैंने अपनी इस अनुभव के आधार पर कुछ बातें उनसे साथ शेयर की, लेकिन एक फेमस साइंटिस्ट बाद में खड़े होकर उन्होंने कहा, कैन आई आस्क यू वन क्वेश्चन प्लीज। मैंने वो प्रश्न कईयों को पूछा लेकिन मुझे उसका जवाब नहीं मिला। कैन आई आस्क यू प्लीज दैट क्वेश्चन? आई सेड ओके, व्हाई नॉट। लुक, day by day the number of spiritual branches is increasing in this world on one hand, but on the other hand the level of spirituality is decreasing in human being. Why this is happening? I want to know the reason of this. दिन प्रतिदिन आध्यात्मिक संस्थाओं का नंबर बढ़ता जा रहा है और मनुष्य के चरित्र का पतन होता जा रहा है। इसका कारण मैं जानना चाहता हूं। मैंने उनको बड़ा सरल जवाब दिया। आध्यात्मिक संस्थाएं दुनिया भर में कई हैं जहां बहुत अच्छी आध्यात्मिकता की बातें बताई जाती हैं, एक से एक बढ़कर आध्यात्मिक बातें बताई जाती हैं, लेकिन उन बातों को जीवन में धारण करने के लिए आवश्यकता होती है ईश्वरीय शक्ति की। And you won't believe, according to my experience, I could say this is the right place from where you can receive the spiritual power, because the source of spiritual power, the supreme being, is available on this place. तो परमात्मा जो सर्व शक्तियों के सागर है, उनसे हम शक्तियां लेते हैं। तो ज्ञान अर्थात युक्ति, योग अर्थात शक्ति, युक्ति प्लस शक्ति इज इक्वल टू विकारों से मुक्ति और दिव्य गुणों की प्राप्ति। कमियां हम निकालना चाहते हैं, हर कोई कमियां छोड़ना चाहते हैं, लेकिन कैसे छोड़े? उसके लिए आवश्यकता है शक्ति की। तो योग की शक्ति से हम अपनी बुराइयों को निकाल भी सकते हैं, दिव्य गुणों को बहुत अच्छी तरह से धारण भी कर सकते हैं। तो जो भी आईटी के क्षेत्र में कार्यरत है महानुभाव, आपसे अनुरोध है मेरा कि यहाँ जो कॉन्फ्रेंस चलेगी उसमें आप प्रेरणा लेंगे और राजयोग का अभ्यास और ईश्वरीय ज्ञान को अपने जीवन में अपनाएंगे तो आप बहुत अच्छी सेवा भारत की नहीं वर्ल्ड की सेवा कर सकते हैं और आईटी के द्वारा विश्व में क्रांति ला सकते हैं। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ ओम शांति।
थैंक यू ब्रदर आत्म प्रकाश भाई जी। जैसे उन्होंने बताया कि सेल्फ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन लीड्स टू द वर्ल्ड ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन। जो भी एक्सटर्नल सिचुएशंस है पोस्ट कोविड में अभी हम हैं, वी ऑल नो हाउ टफ द सिचुएशंस हैव बीन, एंड पोस्ट कोविड ऑल्सो द कोविड, द ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन द कोविड हैज़ ब्रॉट, अभी तक भी हम कई चीज़ों से बाहर नहीं आ पाए हैं, इज़न्ट इट? So only the inner strength, inner power which we take from the Almighty, that will help us to face everyday situations and move on with positivity. जैसे भाई जी ने बताया, you are all at the right place. So if you learn, understand, realize, then when you go back, same life रहेगी, same company रहेगी, but how we see the situation, how we face people, the technique, वो तरीका जो है वो बदल जाएगा। सो अभी कैंडल लाइटिंग का टाइम है। ज्योति जगाने का मतलब है लाइट माना प्रकाश, अंधकार माना इग्नोरेंस। सो इट्स नॉट ओनली लाइटिंग द कैंडल्स हियर, इनर जो हमारे जो इनर क्वालिटीज़ है उनको भी जगाना है। आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट डिग्निटरीज ऑन द स्टेज टू कम फॉरवर्ड for the candle lighting। और इनके साथ हमारा जो टीम है हार्ड वर्किंग आईटी टीम, आईटी का काम आप सब अच्छे से जानते ही है ना, 24 क्रॉस यू शुड बी अवेलेबल, छुट्टी है तो ऐसे नहीं ना कि हम आराम से घर पे बैठे, कभी भी कॉल आ सकता है ना। ऐसे ही यहाँ पर भी 24/7 हार्डवर्क करने वाला हमारा आईटी टीम है। उन सभी आईटी टीम के मेंबर्स को भी हम रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि कैंडल लाइटिंग के लिए आगे आए। एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट तनुजा दीदी टू ब्रिंग द कैंडल लाइट स्टैंडिंग। I would like to request Sanjeev Gupta Bhai ji, Bala Bhai, Chandrasekhar Bhai, Mukesh Bhai, Neeraj Bhai, and we have brother David with us. So say hello to all. We have brother David with us. आप जहाँ पर भी ऐसे पिक्चर्स शिव बाबा के और ब्रह्मा बाबा के देखेंगे, मेजॉरिटी इन्होंने ही पेंट किया हुआ है। Say hello to all. ही इज़ फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड अभी माउंट आबू में ही रहकर अपनी सेवाएं दे रहे हैं। तुलसी भाई, ब्रदर नरेश अहीराव, ओएनजीसी जनरल मैनेजर आईटी, जो मुंबई से आए हैं, और पणींद्र कुमार, हेड कोच टीसीएस। आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है कि कैंडल लाइटिंग के लिए मंच पर आए। मंच पर आसीन हमारे डिग्निटरीज हैं जिनका भी अभी हमने नाम लिया, आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि कैंडल लाइटिंग के लिए स्टेज पर आए। संजीव गुप्ता भाई जी, भारती भाई, बाला भाई, चंद्रशेखर भाई, मुकेश भाई, नीरज भाई, डेविड भाई, तुलसी भाई, नरेश अहीराव जी, पणींद्र कुमार।
शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं अपने अपने मन में। शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं अपने अपने मन में। जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से, सुख ही सुख कण कण में। शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं। परिवर्तन की है ये बेला, ये जग बदलने वाला। राजयोग का मार्ग यही है, सहज सरल निराला। दिव्यता की बन जाए मूरत, मंदिर से इस तन में। जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से, सुख ही सुख।
हम सब जानते हैं जब दीप जलाया जाता है उससे लाइट आती है। जो भी इग्नोरेंस है, डार्कनेस है, नेगेटिविटीज़ है, सॉरो है, पेन है, जब हम अपने को एक लाइट समझकर, परमात्मा भी जो लाइट है, उनको याद करने से जो भी नेगेटिविटी से हम गुज़र रहे होते हैं उनसे फ्री होने का एक तरीका भी है। कैंडल लाइटिंग मीन्स इट्स वेरी ऑस्पिशियस माना जाता है ना। सो थैंक यू ऑल जिन्होंने भी कैंडल लाइटिंग में सहयोग दिया। अभी हमारे बीच ब्रदर मंजुनाथ जी है, जो हेड Well-being Business and Products TCS. आप स्पेशल गेस्ट के रूप में आज हमारे बीच है. He also heads TCS Wellbeing Academy and TCS Yoga Council. Manjunath KB is also certified yoga and wellness instructor and has done Master of Science in Yoga. So he has both spirituality and also technical experience. So I would like to request Brother Manjunath KB to share inspirations with all of us. Brother BK Manjunath, Head Wellbeing Business and Products TCS.
Namaste. So when BK Atam Prakash ji was narrating, addressing all of us, it reminded me of a funny situation. All of you work in IT, right? You can raise your hand. Do you work in IT? Yes. How many of you have not heard the word on-site? There used to be a time people used to join IT industry just to go on-site. So when Atam Prakash ji was explaining, he has gone to on-site 90 times. Now, we go on-site to sell and deliver information technology solutions and services. But he has been on-site to unparalleled 90 times, 90 countries to spread inner technology. So I would say that is more valuable on-site trip than selling information technology. So aspirationally, it will be wonderful if we all can take a sankalpa that we will spread inner transformation wherever we go, whether it is offshore or on-site. So no shore, whether it is offshore, near shore, on-site is good or bad. Every shore is an opportunity to spread inner transformation and inner technology. So personally, when I look back at life, I used to feel, this is a retrospect, like we do at the end of every sprint, we do a retrospective look at the sprint that is gone by. So similarly, I feel probably life could have been far more deeper, more intense, happier, but in the last few years, when spiritual body of knowledge entered my life, that's when I started living life much more purposefully with greater awareness, and a lot of introspection started from that time onwards. So it's one thing to do introspection when we have lived certain time, when we have responded or reacted to a situation, when we have completed a particular event in life. But this spiritual body of knowledge really brought a sense of calmness, sense of living in the present moment, and it has been reflecting as per my self-analysis in different dimensions of life. We all know self-appraisal, right? I know this is the middle of the year, we must be doing half the middle year appraisals right now. So this is my self-appraisal of how spirituality has helped me. But the real appraisal happened when my wife told me, so I was doing this Master of Science, and at one point I thought it was becoming a little too much, managing a job and giving time to family and continue to study Master of Science, though it was distance education. So I told my wife that, it's becoming a little too much, I'm unable to manage the time and give enough time to family. So she gave me one feedback of my life. She said, you know what, Manju, you have become a better husband. So don't leave MSc Yoga. Continue and complete so that I want to see a better husband than what you are right now. So though it sounded like a funny situation, upon introspection it dawned that, yes, when I look back at different situations, how would I have handled, whether it is a family situation or a work-related situation or interactions with colleagues, interaction with clients, yoga as a spiritual body of knowledge has brought a greater level of purpose and conviction. So all of you can see one photo there, right? Being virtuous is our natural nature. So I can claim for myself that over the last few years, I've gotten closer to what that sentence says. It is actually stating that we all have the innate ability to go back to realize our natural state of happiness, of being in a state of equanimity. All these words used to sound like some dictionary terms for me years ago. But as the body of knowledge unfolded, as I started contemplating, see, look at the theme today, right? Introspection. So that has really helped me. Now, it is one thing to experience it for the self, and it's another thing to take it beyond oneself and spread it for more people. So that's what we are trying to do at Tata Consultancy Services. So I have my friend, my buddy, Fanindra, you might want to just wave, everyone, be visible. So we, along with a bunch of like-minded friends, formed what we call as the Tcs Yoga Council, which started pretty organically as almost a democratic endeavor. And now at TCS, we have one of the world's first corporate yoga council, a formal entity at the corporate, where we cater the value of yoga to the entire organization globally. So here, with a very simple vision called Happy TCS, to amplify the happiness quotient of our entire ecosystem, our employees, their families, their friends, our customers, our partner ecosystem, vendors, the entire ecosystem, with a very powerful mission that how do we bring a sense of holistic well-being and individual transformation geared towards business excellence. Because many corporates look at the well-being as a nice to have function. Yeah, do you sense that? Oh yeah, let's do one Zumba activity, or let's make our people do some asanas. Okay, let's make them meditate once in a while. Many organizations look at it in a nice to have, a nice checklist to tick off. I can see many people smiling when I say this. Yeah, but we truly feel that the purpose of the existence of the organization is for the benefit of the ecosystem. And at Tata's, it's a true belief, and we live with this purpose. So we feel that yoga broadly, in its broadest sense, can bring that power to each and every individual. It doesn't matter if the person is a CEO of the organization, or the one who is yet to join our organization, or the spouse who is working hard at home so that their spouse can work hard at workplace, or the kids at home who are looking at their parents coming tired from office. So we thought there is something in it for every individual, every stakeholder. So our endeavor is to bring the full power of, if we can phrase it as corporate spirituality, to our employees, so that instead of IT world being known for stressful jobs, I don't need to quote various research reports out there. There's a lot of stress going on in the corporate world. So we don't want our people to be known for people with stressful jobs. We don't want our families and friends of our employees to look at our employees as people who are in stressful job. There are many jokes that when you enter a flight, you can very clearly distinguish who is a corporate guy and who is not a corporate guy. The people with blazers and grim faces have become synonymous for corporate employees. We should change that perception, shall we? Shall we change that perception? When people look at us in blazers, we want them to see that, oh, this is a person who is doing IT while doing this IT. An IT person with inner transformation, with the power of inner technology. So we want to bring that sense of introspection, and we want our employees to innovate. How can our employees innovate if they're only thinking about when I'm going to get my promotion, when I'm going to get my salary hike, and people are really scared, worried and angry when they don't get X percentage of salary hike. So the whole year should not be spent thinking about what rating I'm going to get at the end of the year. 3-4 years should not be spent by thinking about what happens to my home loan if I don't get a promotion this year. We have to help our people to stay rooted in the present moment. Only then, and only then, creative solutions will come up. Innovation can happen in an equanimous mind. So that is the value we try to inculcate. And it's important that, see, a lot of organizations, given the remote work culture that has evolved, there are a lot of people who have never seen their physical office. How do we make them feel belonged, right? And I guess all of you, probably most of you would say, how many of you would like to go back to office? Okay, few hands are still wanting to go back to office. Okay, how many of you would never probably want to go back to office, except for some team parties? Okay, others are still undecided. See, how do we create a sense of belongingness, right? How do we integrate an individual's purpose with an organization's purpose, with their customer's purpose? That is the level of integration we need to bring. So the theme, it's a beautiful theme put together by Brahma Kumari. I really congratulate them for a wonderful theme with 3 pillars here. Bringing introspection, without which innovation cannot happen. And without integration of people's purpose, see, we are 500 people here, we'll have 500 different purposes. How do we align all of it to an organization's purpose, to a customer's purpose, to our ecosystem's purpose? So an inner transformation is a common thread that runs across all of these things. So at our organization, it's our endeavor to bring that value to all the stakeholders. So with that, I would call upon all of us, I'm telling this to myself as we speak, to really make use of the next few days here and learn something. Because my experience of studying the scriptures, whether it is Bhagavad Gita, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, any scripture that you take, everything should boil down to one sentence. If possible, just 1 or 2 words that we can carry out as essence of all these learnings. So for me, those words have been, whether I'm talking to my wife, irrespective of the tonality of the discussion, whether we are happily talking or we are fighting as a couple, or I'm talking to my boss or talking to my customer, equanimity. Having a sense, carrying a sense of equanimity, that balance of state of mind, being rooted in equanimity, that for me is the biggest takeaway from the journey of yoga so far. But this is a long journey. People ask, hey, when can we, so we run yoga certification programs as well. See, we are notorious, right, IT companies, to make people do a lot of certifications, do cloud certification. Now I think everybody will force people to do metaverse certification and AI, ML certification. So we also encourage our people and their family members to do yoga certifications as well, so that we empower them to know how to lead a healthy and a happy life. So when we encourage like that, people feel a greater sense of alignment of their individual well-being and the organizational well-being. So with this premise, let's figure out 3 days, probably we'll take away 1 sentence, maybe few minutes of learning. And more importantly, as Bhrigu Maharshi says, let's do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. That is, let's gather as much as we can from these 3-4 days, and let us internalize, let's meditate upon what we learn from here, and more importantly, in whatever capacity, let us apply. So it's important that we stay together, stick together, not just for 3 days, but beyond that as well. I'm sure the organization will make enough opportunities for us to stay connected, so that it doesn't end up becoming a 3 days visit like a corporate picnic and go back to our stressful routines. No, let's make it a mission of life where we really apply. It need not be 100% on day 1. It can be a lifelong journey for many of us. It can be an instantaneous realization for some of us. So irrespective of the length of the journey, let's just take a sankalpa. I request all of you to just raise your hand and close your eyes. In your own words, I won't preempt you with any script here. Take a moment of silence and commit yourself that whatever we learn here, in our own capacity, in our own way, let us commit to apply it, number one. And number two, to spread it to more people. Thank you. So with that, I really wish that all of us, the IT guys, do 90 on-sites like how Sir did. Okay, on that note, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Manjunath. Such a wonderful sharing, isn't it? Did you all enjoy? So practically and honestly he shared. He even mentioned the word like, fighting with his spouse also. So each and every word was very, very honest, his own experience. So 2 words we took from his inspirations: commit for the transformation and spread the transformation to others. Thank you very much, Brother Manjunath. Now I would like to request Sister Chetana Mohan, who has come all the way from Mumbai to share her inspirations. She is a president, EI Camino Technologies Private Limited, Mumbai, and has a very detailed profile. She has done a lot in her life. She has 20 plus years of expertise in management. She has broad expertise in semiconductor, telecommunications, RF and microwave and solar PV, full project lifecycle management. She worked closely with CTOs, COOs of the client vendor companies at international level responsible for tie-ups. As a director of US-based BPO firm, initiated the startup operations and bringing up the size of the company and revenue to 5 times with different strategies within 3 years. So she has worked really, really hard, facilitated business development through preparation of comprehensive and articulate technical portions of proposals that have been highly successful in gaining confidence of prospective clients. So such a special personality is with us today. So I would like to request Sister to give inspirations to all of us, because when we have a practical example in front of us who has gained success in professional life and also personal life, that inspires us. So I would like to request her to give the inspirations.
I would like to just make one change. It is El Camino Technologies, Bangalore. Respected dignitaries, invited guests, and distinguished participants. I am delighted to have this opportunity to address hard-working professionals for this IT National Conference. I am still surprised. Just 2 years back, I had just a wish to take my sister, who is a firm follower of BK, to Mount Abu. I did not know then I would be standing here and addressing 600 plus young, talented, hardworking professionals whom personally I feel are karma yogis, because they work 12, 14, 16 hours a day. Hats off to you guys. Yeah. I was introduced to BK 7 years ago by a friend of mine, Vinaya Modak, who happened to be engineering batchmate of Sister Shivani. She told me, just you go to the YouTube and type BK Shivani. I had no clue. Okay, I did. I watched the talks. It was interesting. So there was some unanswered questions somewhere in the mind which got the direction. I started watching now and then. Later, I also watched the series with Suresh Oberoi and Sister Shivani, where he really twisted the questions to the core, but they were day-to-day questions which are so common for all of us. And so that brought another insight, which uh, you know, which allowed me to handle the situations and the people around, right? Then my sister again, who's here among you guys, so she asked me to do this 7-day course. So out of curiosity, I just wanted to do it. That is the time when I came to know about the organization and the background. So what I feel, it is the inner self which helps you. You know, when starts to differentiate one aspect of life from another, it really makes a difference. Unless otherwise, we keep on chasing one project to another, timelines and deadlines, which only, you know, doesn't end at any time. So even if you are proficient in one aspect of life, that does not stop you from enjoying your life to the fullest. In this rushing, you know, thoughts of your life, somewhere we need to just introspect. What am I doing? What am I here for? You know, these questions just need to be answered sometime. Do I have time for someone who needs me to be heard, or who's looking for me to give them a shoulder to lean on? Some questions. Maybe, you know, our parents who have been looking after us even now. Do we have time? They may be there for 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, or 40, right? Also, the children, you never know in your busy life, you may never see their childhood. Or the friends with whom you just want to sit, chit-chat, or you just do harmless gossip. Just some questions somewhere we need to just introspect. I started my inward journey some 20 years back. I do not know how it helped. So I would say all the young mothers would agree with me to send a child to school when it's young, when they have to leave the house at 6:30 a.m. So you have to dress them up, you know, brushing their teeth, getting them ready. It is a task. Forget about the breakfast. I was in the same situation, you know. So I attended this one session of meditation. The situation was same. You had to wake the child up, you have to brush your teeth, you have to dress her up. But there was one change. I was a different person because I was just seeing her and I was not getting affected. And over the period of time, there was a change in the child. I do not know when and how my meditation routine helped me. There's so many instances. I would like to share with you one. Maybe it is just related to IT or a business, so I thought I can just share with you guys. So we worked on a project for 2 years. It was really top of the technology. So many vendors came, the CTOs, CEOs, and they had several visits in these 2 years' time. The project was big. The customer was well known. And we had a good market share, but the competitor was equally good. But their technology was outdated. I was not, technically both the companies were approved. Now comes the commercial term. So our vendors think, oh, you know, the Indians have the habit of negotiating. So they are just asking the discount when the CFO asks the discount. So the competitor gave a hefty discount and the order was placed on them. And the CFO told me, Chita, I gave you the chance. You did not listen. I just informed our partners. They said, we are ready to give it, but it was too late. We had lost the order. So I come home. You know, it is the same home scenario where you see the children again narrating their day's activities, this happened, that happened. I'm just hearing and thinking, They don't even know what just happened. But I was clearly witnessing this thought of mine. I paused, introspected, and I said, get up, go and work on the other projects. And yes, that was the time I never felt bad losing a project, or even now about that project. It was worth millions of dollars. Yes, it was my inner strength and the energy that empowered me. So I would say I did not feel, even in these 20 plus years, that I have any time of the day of these working hours I have ever worked. It is just a routine. So I would like you, the Karma Yogis, to see if you can make your work as a yoga, and see if you can just have the balanced life. So when we have this session for 3 days, let us see what we are going to get from this event. Are we going to talk about what we are, who we are? Maybe I would say introspect, or pause for a while and see who, how, and when are we going to get out of this busy, machined life, or how to handle it, what do we need? Or innovate, what I can find inside me that can help me to integrate the balancing of life and enjoy my life to the fullest. So I would like to look forward along with you guys these 2 days to format our minds and to rewrite our hard disk to have a beautiful world around us, and to be able to have, you know, an aura which helps us deal with the situations and people. Om Shanti.
थैंक यू सिस्टर चेतना. सो उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे से एक बात बताया हम सबको कि हमारे सामने जब भी कोई सिचुएशन है उससे बाहर हम कैसे निकल सकते हैं, क्या चाहिए होता है उस टाइम पे. इनर स्ट्रेंथ है ना. व्हेन वी हैव द इनर स्ट्रेंथ वी विल बी एबल टू विन ओवर दैट सिचुएशन एंड मूव ऑन. Now I would like to request Sister B.K. Aruna Ladva to brief us about the retreat, the purpose of the retreat, what should we take from the retreat. So she has come, she was serving in Kuwait before. These days she is serving in UK. We have a retreat center in UK, Global Retreat Center. She is giving her volunteer services there. Sister Aruna Ladva has been a dedicated surrendered sister since more than 37 years. And she became an instrument to open Brahmakumari centers in Canada, Turkey, Bahrain, and Kuwait City, Kuwait. Sister Aruna is fortunate to have the blend of two cultures, East and the West. She was born in Kenya, educated in England, and worked in Canada. So she has the experience of both East and West. Sister Aruna has written many books. It's time for relationships, it's time for change, it's time for self-empowerment, it's time to be cool, it's time to meditate, it's time to do the inner work, and 50 Things, a collection of beautiful inspired writing that covers a wide range of topics. Conflict Resolution is Sister Aruna's self-published workbook that will help to manage most of your conflicts. This is Aruna's gift to you, and you can download a free copy from the homepage. We will let you know where you can download that book from. So like this, she is a multi-talented godly instrument who is working so hard to bring the transformation in the lives of people. I would like to request her to brief about the retreat theme.
So, distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, greetings of peace. Om Shanti. Let's take the topic of introspect. Actually, with all things in life, it seems like we have to have threes. So we have introspect, we have innovate, we have integrate, we have beginning, middle, and end, we have creation, sustenance, destruction. We have the Latin, veni, vedi, vesi, which means I came, I saw, and I became. And so it seems like we have to have things in threes to, bring a closure. If I just had introspect and not innovate and integrate, maybe that would not be complete. So it seems to be a complete package to have introspect, innovate, and integrate. So introspection is what? Introspection is when I'm actually taking time to look at myself. We have come here to look at ourselves, not at others. When we go on a retreat means that I'm retreating. It's actually a military term. When you are out at war and you realize that your strategy is not working, you have to go back, retreat. And then you have to assess yourself. You have to assess the strategy that you have been trying, the plan. And if that's not working, you have to reinvent yourself. And then go back, not to war, but here you go back to life. And so we at the Brahma Kumaris are very good at arranging retreats, as you have seen, where we take care of everything for you, where you do not have to think of anything. Are you worried about your dinner tonight? No, right? Why? Because it's taken care of, right? In the same way, everything, your room is taken care of, it's cleaned. In the same way, tomorrow, breakfast will be ready. You just have to follow the timetable. Okay, I have to go here. Okay, I have to sit here. Okay, I have to listen. That's it. And why we arrange all this in detail is so that you can have more time for yourself, more time to go inside, more time to sit with yourself. There's lots of corners and lots of greenery, lots of parks between this campus and the other campus where you can just sit with yourself and ask yourself, okay, in what direction is my life heading? And is that really how I want it to be? At what pace, at what speed is my life running? What am I giving priority to? What matters most in my life? Ask yourself some of these questions. This is introspection, sitting with yourself and going inside. Introvision, looking inside. Then we have innovate. Innovate means to change, hopefully change for the better. So how can you better your life so that your life is working for you? Not that you are working for your life. So there are many subjects that we teach here that will help you to improve your life. And one of the things I really enjoy is experimenting with my power of thought. Did you realize that one of the jobs of information or technology is how to speed up things or how to make a person's life much easier? So that's why we have these gadgets, and we have like lots of super gadgets in the kitchen. We have washing machines, dishwashers. In the same way, what about our power of thought? Have you considered using your power of thought to make things happen? Maybe some of you have, where you're driving along and you don't have much time, and then you just put the thought out to the universe. that I want a parking spot, or I want such and such a thing to be delayed so that I can be there on time. Whatever it is, you can make it happen with your power of thought. And so when we meditate, what are we doing? We are actually empowering our thoughts. We're making them much more powerful than what they are, because we are pumping them with belief. We are pumping them with a dedication, a motivation, determination. And when we do that, then when it manifests, it actually happens. We're actually able to do what we set out to do. So that's only one area. There's many different subjects that I would suggest you reflect on as you hear the different lectures. But I would also say that, like Manjunath Bhai was saying, like start with little steps. Let's go to integrate. When you've taken a lot and you cannot digest it, then it becomes difficult. So integration is part and parcel of actually everything that you are ingesting, spiritually ingesting. We are giving you spiritual food, and at some point it needs to be digested. And this is the integration in your life, because once it's become your blood, your soul blood, then you don't have to go back to that lesson again. Then you take something else, eat it, digest it, it becomes a part of you. So it's so important to take little bites, little chunks. Take something from every lecture, even if it's just one word, and just make that a part of your life. If you don't take any notes, but you just take one word from each session, then just collect those words and just, try to implement that. Actually, when I was very young, about 16, I had actually decided that I'm going to do this exercise where I'm going to find the purpose of my life. And so I went through this exercise of collecting different verbs, different adjectives. So I chose about 30, I brought it down to 15, I brought that down to 5, and then I brought it down to one word. And that one word is to share. And that word literally, both technically, spiritually, has become the purpose of my life. That whatever I have, I need to share that with everyone around me. And so that's what I'm saying. All it takes is for you to come to some self-realization of just one thing, and that one thing, one small change, can make such a big paradigm shift in your life. So don't think of doing big things. Don't think of changing the world, but just think of changing one little attitude inside of you, and that will just shift many things in your life. And finally, there's a saying that if you want to learn to meditate, and if you want to have a very calm and stable life, and you're trying to improve, then you need to meditate 30 minutes a day. But if you're really super busy and you're trying to calm yourself, then you need to meditate 1 hour a day. So the busier you are, the more time you need to give yourself to sharpen your saw. Right? You know Stephen Covey's example. Just take out time to sharpen the saw so that the tree can be cut quicker, so that you can accomplish what you want quicker. Sometimes we don't take that time out because we think, no, I'm too busy doing this. But if I just, again, retreat from what I'm doing, and I say, okay, what needs to happen now? Okay, I just need to manage my thoughts. I just need to manage my feelings. And when I start to do that, then everything becomes simpler. as we have heard some of the examples from the guests speaking. So really, this is a time for you to experiment with everything that is being said. In fact, tomorrow evening I'll meet you again, and it's actually called Meditation Laboratory, where we will do different experiments. And this is totally connected with your life. How you can become a karma yogi. In fact, we are all yogis, but we just have yoga with something else, something different, and not necessarily God. So now we have to not become yogis of these things or these people, but we have to have yoga with God up above. So we know how to have yoga. Yoga means connecting your thoughts to that thing. But now we have to have yoga with the one above, supreme. And the reason is because God is the most highest vibrating frequency in the whole of the universe. And when I remember God, when I reconnect with God, then I begin to vibrate in that very high frequency. And so yes, it's so important that I take time out to do that few times a day, because that is my only source of power. So I take power from upwards and I let power go outwards. And that's how I live my life. So yeah, take heed and have an enjoyable stay, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sister Aruna. So I would like to ask one question, that उन्होंने कहा कम से कम 30 minutes or 1 hour meditation every day. Possible? 30 minutes, how many? 1 hour? Okay, thank you. Now I would like to request Brother Bharti Bhaiji to brief us about the agenda which has been designed for all of you. Brother B.K. Bharti Bhai has been in connection with the Brahma Kumaris since 22 years, core member of the IT wing and the Spark wing. He has experience like 4 decades of R&D and corporate experience. He served for ISRO as senior scientist. He worked in MNCs like Thomson Multimedia USA, and currently he is a director of Blueberry Semiconductor, and he lives in Bangalore. So he has done lots of efforts to design this agenda to all of you. Yeah, it's really very nicely designed, and he will explain about the agenda, Brother B.K. Bharti Bhaiji.
Thank you, Savita Benji, for the brief introduction. Om Shanti to all of you. Hope you have got a good idea about this program from the previous speakers already actually. What is the theme and how the theme is being designed with respect to what concept behind that. Aruna Benji has very beautifully explained about all the 3 aspects. And thanks for our guest speakers who already given some foot forth on these things of how to take it from here, what I should take it up. A lot of expectations were set for all of you actually now. And he has taken an oath also from all of you that I should do it actually, definitely. So thanks for that commitment. So now leaving today, the next 3 days going to be an eventful day for all of you. We are going to start the day by mostly 9 or 9:15. So tomorrow starting at 9:15 to 9:45 around that, we have some meditation will be there. But before that, you all have to understand that next 3 days we are also going to have a Raj Yoga Sibir, which is going to be scheduled at the morning time before the session actually. And I think before that, tomorrow you have Amritavela meditation also there. So your Amritavela meditation time is 4 o'clock. I don't know how many of you seen 4 o'clock. Anybody? Most of you, oh, very good. Wonderful. So 4 to 4:45 you'll have a very beautiful meditation, and we are expecting our David brother, whom we introduced for this painting thing. He has another talent of music actually. He will bring his musical instruments and he will make a live music here actually, and you are all going to enjoy with the music the meditation also actually. Is it good? Yeah. So that will be one thing which you will be enjoying. And not only at Amrita Vela, this program was designed in such a way that we want to go with knowledge versus practice, both hand in hand actually. So more meditation practice also will be there in each session actually for you. So every session will have about 15 minutes of meditation will be there for you, minimum 15 to 30 minutes, and along with sessions of about an hour or 1 hour 15 minutes, something like that actually. Okay, so the first session we start with how to think right. Okay, that's a part of introspect, right? We have 3 aspects of our theme we discussed: introspect, innovate, and integrate actually, correct? So we have to sync with the theme first actually, right? So first we start with how to think right, and that is taken by brother E.V. Girish, about whom you will get to know tomorrow more details actually. And after that, morning we are giving one break, half an hour break, 10:45 to 11:15, where you can have your coffee, tea, whatever you want to have it actually. Then the second session starts at 11:15 to 11:30, and that time we are also giving some thoughts to you by which you will be able to experience it. Basically that meditation will be something connected with inner journey actually. So probably tomorrow you will try to get a first lesson of Raja Yoga meditation, that is addressing about who am I. So once you understand this lesson, then based on that understanding you will be also put some kind of small practice of how to feel that actually that way. So that will be there for another 15 minutes between 11:15 to 11:30. Then 11:30 to 12:30 you will understand about what really inner journey means by one of our BK sister, Raja Yoga teacher, BK Shreya. She'll be taking it actually. And from 12:30 we are breaking for lunch. And then afternoon session, you can finish your coffee or whatever you desire. From 4 o'clock onwards you will have your snacks or coffee will be available, or 3:45, something like that. And 4:15 onwards you all have to be here actually. So 4:15 to 4:30 we'll have another meditation session, which is also linked with the who am I, what you learned actually on that. Will be about 10-15 minutes we'll have the meditation. Then 4:30 to 5:45 we have a very energetic session, overcoming overthinking actually. So today's world, many people are facing this problem of overthinking actually, right? So how to overcome this overthinking will be taken by Balabai, who is one of the very good speaker in IT wing actually. So about him also you will come to know all the details. Some of you might have heard about him because he was most of the IT sessions he used to give the talk actually. Then 5:45 to 6 we have a small break. It's not a tea break, but it is a small break for you to stretch and relax yourself, because after that very important event by Sister Aruna will be there, which is from 6 to 7, 1 hour. You will have a creative meditation. A creative meditation we are doing in 2 parts. First part is tomorrow, the second part will be on 4th actually. So the first part of the creative meditation we are planning to do outside on the garden actually. Okay, what do you feel? You want to be here or you want to be in the garden actually? Everybody wants to be in the garden? Then you have to make a very strong thought that tomorrow we are going to do it in the garden, that thing, so that it is going to happen actually. So we have to get a favor from rain god also actually. Right? So if rain god favors us, then we are going to do it at outside actually. Otherwise an alternate arrangements will be made according to the situations, whatever is there. That Sister Aruna will decide on that. So that is going to be about for an hour, and after that we are going to have a very powerful meditation with music with David Boy actually. And you will also get a commentary based meditation will be there, half an hour. Don't miss these 2 events, which is more practical for you actually. Okay, so after that we'll break for dinner, 7:30 to 8:30, and 8:30 we're all going to join back here for a lighter moment where we asked our brother David to share his experiences actually, how he has got into this Brahma Kumaris and how he got into this knowledge, what was his real experience. It's very wonderful experience. I request everyone to listen to that because that is also a good motivation also actually. So that way, the day 3rd September, that is Saturday, tomorrow's program ends with that. Then you go for your rest. Then again, next day morning, you start with Ramadevela meditation and 4 to 4:45. Then I forgot to mention one thing. From tomorrow onwards, you're also having a physical exercise, which is from 6:30 to 7 every day. Every day morning, 6:30 to 7, you also have a physical exercise. Okay? We have a physical exercise teacher who is coming here and teaching all of you actually. And from 7 to 8, you have the Sibir actually, morning. This is for all the 3 days, what you're going to there actually. And Sunday, that is on 4th September, our session starts from 9 o'clock. Please remember the time actually. Tomorrow it is 9:15, but Sunday it is going to be from 9 o'clock. 9 to 9:15, we have a meditation on some of the soul qualities. Sister Rayana will do the meditation. Then 9:15 to 10:45, 1.5 hour, we have the session by Sister Shivani. Okay. Everybody is waiting for that actually. Okay, so 1.5 hour session is there on Sunday between 9:15 to 10:45. Then again we have an half an hour break. So Sister Shivani will be addressing mostly on the topic of new way of being actually. This is also part of the innovations and integrate part of it actually. Then 11:15 to 12:30 that day we are planning to have a small panel discussions. We'll come out with the details of it soon actually on that. So 1 hour 15 minutes around that we are planning to have a panel discussions, and the first half ends with 12:30 lunch break. Again evening, Sunday evening, our session starts at 4 o'clock. Okay, so you have to finish your coffee, whatever tea, coffee, everything before that. Try to assemble here by 4 o'clock on Sunday evening. And 4 to 4:25 we have a special meditation on the powers of the soul, how to experience a bit of powers of the soul. So that will be by Dr. Sunita, who is a big speaker in Mount Abu. So she'll be taking it up. And then 4:30 to 5:30 or 5:45 we have another interesting topic called soul immunity by Brother Suraj Bhai. So you know about Suraj Bhai also actually. So this is the way it is we have put it actually. And after that again we are going to have a small break of 15 minutes around 5:45 to 6. Then 6 to 7, the second part of the creative meditation will have it actually. And that session most probably we will do it here I believe actually. So that we will announce it accordingly based on inside or outside based on the situations and plan whatever we have it. Currently the plan is tomorrow it will be outside, Sunday it will be here actually. And again 7 to 7:30 a very powerful meditation with music from David Bhai, and that time Sister Vedatri will be there to give the commentary on that along with David Bhai actually. And 7:30 onwards we go for dinner, and after that sufficiently you have been given all the inputs to you and you also getting some experiences along with these things. Now 8:30 onwards it is your session actually, where you are going to come and tell us, few of us at least, come and tell us what you felt, how it was there, and along with that we'll also introduce you who are the team behind it, who has made it. I am just a face. There are a lot of people who worked with me for making it to happen actually. So all of them will be introduced to you also actually. So we would like to hear from you and we'll also introduce the team to you actually. So that is 8:30 to 9, something like that we do it on this Sunday actually. So that way the 2 days packed sessions will be done. And the third day is Monday, where we do the valedictory. Between 9 to 10 we do the valedictory and vote of thanks. Then from 11 a.m. onwards, those who want to see our campus, what is there, how the facilities are. It's a very wonderful campus, beautiful facilities are there, self-functioning facilities are there, It is not like a corporate where I have to go and instruct everybody what I should do and what he has to do. Here people will do by themselves because the departments are handled autonomy actually, right? So they themselves do the things. And all the facilities, what are the infrastructure is there. We have a good solar system is there here. Like that, so many things are there, and we have the mount also there where the original founder was residing at the time, you know, so you can, what Vedantriban was explaining about how the things have come, you can experience that also. So you can plan if you are interested in those things actually. So that way 11 a.m. onwards you are free to do that sightseeing on Monday actually. So with that, our program is, this is how we design the program. And my humble request is don't miss any sessions, because we made the sessions so minimum and so effective so that you don't want to get stretched too much. At the same time, you get optimum what you want actually, right? Because something what should go inside, if I pump more inputs also it will not go. If I don't give anything also, no use actually in that. So we made it such a way that it is receivable by you. At the same time, you also experience time to time. Refresh yourself with meditations, every sessions with a sufficient duration, so that you are really gaining something from these things actually. So we want to see that how these sessions are effective for you, and we feel that our speakers are well prepared and they are going to give a very effective sessions for all of you actually. So don't miss any sessions, be in time for all the sessions, and make this 3 days presence of yours very successful for you. And let us take it up from here actually. Thank you. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Brother Bharti.
I forgot to mention one thing. This agenda, whatever I read, it is not given a hard copy to you, I believe, but you can scan a code. The code is displayed everywhere. You can scan this code and you can get it actually, because it is IT, you know, so everywhere we apply that actually. Okay. Thank you. Anything? And as our Sanbhai is saying, it is going to be a paperless system here actually. So you can use the digital influence so much actually in that.
Thank you, Bharti Bhaiji, for explaining the retreat and the agenda. अभी हम इनॉग्रेशन के लास्ट मोमेंट पर पहुंचे हैं. वी विल बी एंडिंग द इनॉग्रल सेशन सून. तो जैसे भारती भाई जी ने बताया, 3rd and 4th टुमारो एंड द डे आफ्टर विल बी 2 इम्पॉर्टेंट डेज. कोई भी सेशंस को मिस नहीं करेंगे. व्हाट टाइम यू ऑल विल कम टुमारो मॉर्निंग? सुनाई नहीं दिया. श्योर इतना ही नंबर रहेगा? ओके, विल सी या. तो थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ़ यू फॉर द पेशेंट लिसनिंग. अभी हम 2 मिनट मेडिटेशन करके परमात्मा को थैंक्स देकर इस इनॉग्रल सेशन को संपन्न करेंगे. थैंक यू वन एंड ऑल. आपको कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन, हेल्प चाहिए तो वॉलंटियर्स हेल्प डेस्क हमेशा अवेलेबल रहेगा. फील कंफर्टेबल एंड एन्जॉय योर स्टे. ओम शांति.